Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel where we discuss the truly terrifying things that keep us up at night. So grab your coffee, your tea, your popcorn, whatever you need, and let's get into it. Today, we are going to be discussing a very popular South African ghost story. Ghost of Uniondale. 12th of April 1968. Newly engaged couple Michael Giel Wibberholzer, who was an army corporal at the time, and his fiancée Maria Ria Roux, who was an administrative clerk at the time, were driving from Pretoria to Riversdale to go talk about their wedding arrangements and everything with Maria's parents. Now it was around 8 p.m. and Maria was sleeping in the back seat of the Volkswagen Beetle when suddenly a strong gust of wind blew their car off the road. During the accident, Maria actually fell from the car. When Giel came through and realized what happened, he was trying to search for Maria, but he sadly couldn't find her in the dark. A passing motorist luckily saw this and he picked Giel up and took him to the hospital. He was badly injured, but at least he survived. The next morning, another motorist found Ria's body by the overturned Beetle. He said that he picked up her ID booklet, a bit of change that she had, and also a handkerchief. He mailed it to Ria's mother with a letter saying that she had the facial expression of an angel and she looked very peaceful. Now, apparently Maria died instantly from a head injury. So it said that she didn't really suffer. So that's at least good, I guess. Shortly after the accident, Maria was buried in Riversdale Cemetery. So where her parents lived, probably so that she can be close to them. Now Maria's fiance, Giel, he actually married another woman only 1 year after the accident. Some people say that this is why Maria's spirit became restless, was because her lover had found a new lover. Now, I wouldn't haunt other people. Personally, I'd go to his house and kill him so that he can be with me. If I die, I am getting out of the coffin just for 5 seconds just to drag my husband in with me, being like, bitch, I die, you die. Get in here. Apparently, the first report of the ghost of Uniondale was in 1973. Mr. Leonard Fraser and his wife Katharina, they were driving along the N9 at around midnight when they saw a girl in a white nightgown standing on a storm drain. They apparently stopped to pick her up, and when they stopped to actually pick her up, she disappeared. Now, Leonard Fraser's wife, Katharina, who was 32 at the time, she reported that the woman didn't look human and that they could see right through her. She just didn't look normal. So, I don't know, if you drive in the middle of the night and you see somebody in a white nightgown standing on a storm drain, doesn't look human, you can see through it, why the hell would you stop to pick them up? You just said she didn't look human. So I don't know how true their story are. I'm not gonna bash them and say it's not true, but to me personally, that's dude, no, Then, the 1st of May, 1976, Anton Lagrange drove his Mercedes on the Willowmore Uniondale Road. He said that he saw a woman with short dark hair standing next to the road. Now his description said that she had a pale face, short dark hair, as I said, dark slacks and a dark coat on. He stopped to give her a lift. She opened the door and she climbed in and off they went. He asked her, where do you want to go? And she said 22 Porter Street, De Lange. So then after a few miles, he turned his head Probably to make conversation. It's awkward sitting in a car with somebody and not trying to say something. I don't know, is it just me? I get very awkward. I don't like awkward silence. So he turned his head, and when he looked at the back seat, she was gone. Disappeared. Of course, he was like, the hell, I can swear there was somebody in the back seat like 2 minutes ago. So he drove to Uniondale. He reported the incident to Sergeant Cornelius Potgieter. And he went off again on his way, probably getting to where he has to go. And he said that just outside Uniondale, he heard a chilling sound. And he says this sound remains with him till this day. He doesn't know if it was a laughter or if it was a scream, but it was loud and it was right there in the car and it terrified him. He was scared shitless. He's like, okay, hell no, and he drives back to Uniondale, back to Sergeant Potgieter, and they both searched the car together just to make sure that like this woman isn't hiding in his car, you know. They're like, okay, let's just check it out and make sure nothing fishy is going on. They searched the car for clues together. They just like searched the car, checking, okay, well, like what the hell is this woman in here, what's happening? And they didn't find anything. So they didn't find any clues, not a speck of hair, nothing. Lagrange is like, okay, well, I gotta go, you know. So he leaves again. Now, Potgieter, the sergeant, he decided to follow close by just to like make sure everything's going alright. And just outside of Uniondale, Lagrange's car door, the rear right car door, opens gently, like it just opens. And it closes gently, not like whoop bang, like just like whoop, whoop. Nobody climbed out. There's no way that anybody could have opened the door because I mean Lagrange was alone in his car, so that was creepy as hell. But okay, I guess Lagrange was at this time like, you know, I'm just gonna freaking drive because there's no point in stopping, there's no point in searching. He just left. He was like, hell no, I'm getting the hell out of here. So the description that Lagrange gave Potgieter, it brought back memories to him. So he was like, wait, I have to get behind this. Being a policeman and everything, those people, they can't handle mysteries, dude. Gotta be solved. The next morning, when he went to work, he actually asked his one police friend that like works with him. He was like, his name was Sergeant McDonald, Pat McDonald. So he asked this Pat McDonald guy, he's like, okay dude, like, do you remember a couple of years ago, there was an accident on that road? Like, do you remember the girl? Do you like remember how she looked? And this Pat McDonald guy, he was like, well, yeah, and he's like describing her, he's like, yeah, she had dark hair and all that, shortish girl, you know, and she died instantly from a head injury. So he recalled, like, this girl, he remembered. So then newspaper reporters got a hold of this story and they decided to go talk to Ria's mom because there was like a suspicion now that it might be her. And so Ria's mom actually ended up giving them a picture of her. So then a while later, when they actually got into contact with Lagrange, they showed him this picture and he confirmed that this was the girl he saw. This was her. His description, everything was like spot on. Then she made her appearance once again 2 years later. It was Easter weekend 1978 when Corporal Davie van Jaarsveld, who was doing his national service at Oudtshoorn, was driving on the N9. He was on his way to Uniondale actually to go visit his girlfriend. He wanted to turn off right and he saw a girl standing next to the road. As he turned off, she kind of like threw her arms up in the air like, dude, you're not gonna give me a lift. He then like turned off and he said to her, okay, he gave her his extra helmet and everything that was on the back of his luggage rack. He gave her an earpiece to listen to music. And he told her, just hold on tight so that I can feel if something happens. He drove about 1 to 2 kilometers further and he suddenly felt like a twitch in the bike. So this scared the crap out of him and he was like, oh shit, So he thought that she'd fallen off or something. He turned his head around, and when he looked behind him, he was like, there's nobody there. So he's like, okay, crap, this girl fell off. I gotta go. So he drove back to try and see if he can find her, but he couldn't find her. So he stops. And when he stops, he climbs off the bike. Something was strange, because the helmet that he had given the girl to wear was on the luggage rack. If she fell off, then she would have fallen off, and she would be wearing the helmet, which means she was never there. He is like rattled as hell, and he goes to Uniondale and he reported the case. This was where it actually like made an uproar, the ghost of Uniondale. Everybody heard of the ghost of Uniondale. He had exactly the same description as Lagrange. The girl had light skin, short dark hair, dark coat, dark slacks. Exactly to the T, the same description as Lagrange. He said, I didn't notice that there was anything wrong at the time. I didn't think that it was a ghost or anything, but I did feel strange. So another 2 years go by, and at this point it is 1980. And motorcyclist Andrei Kutsia was driving along the N9 looking for a friend who had supposedly run out of gas. He was just, driving, minding his own business, trying to check if his friend is out there and everything, because they didn't have cell phones back then. So he was just searching for his friend. All of a sudden, he felt hands around him, and it was like gripping him tightly. And when he looked down, he actually saw hands around his waist. Guys, I literally just struggled for a full 30 minutes to get these lashes on. So if they look crap, just keep it to yourself. Okay, so the lashes is on. Okay, where did we leave off? Okay, so this guy felt like hands gripping around his waist, like tight as hell. And of course, this freaked him out. So he sped up to 150 kilometers per hour. He said that he felt he just has to get away from that place. So when he sped up to 150 kilometers per hour, he said that he suddenly felt 3 whacks against his helmet, and it was gone. It just like disappeared. Whatever was on the bike with him, like it disappeared. So he can say that he drove a ghost shit scared. How many people can say that? When this happened, he drove back to Uniondale, and he went to a local cafe owner, Janetta Meyer. She said that when he came there, he could barely speak. That's how shaken up he was. But she said that it gradually dawned on them that the ghost had struck again. Of course, people got a hold of the story, reporters and all that, and the story actually made its way all the way to America. The only problem with having stories spread internationally is the fact that some facts can be misplaced or lost in translation or what the hell ever. But the story got out and it was published in an American newspaper. Now, the fact about the ghost was highly misinterpreted. Like, for instance, they said that the ghost girl died on a motorcycle accident and that she had long blonde hair, but this is like exactly the opposite. Everything was just like, not right. It wasn't presented properly. So the story spread, but like me personally, I grew up with the story that she died in a bike crash. So since then, there has been a lot of unconfirmed sightings. Some people even like camped out next to the road just to like see if they can catch a glimpse of her. A lot of people claimed that they had seen her and all that stuff. But I guess everybody just wanted their piece of the pie. I'm not even entirely sure about the lost story of the motorcyclist, because my point is just like, she's been hitchhiking the whole time, but with him she just showed up on the motorcycle. So I kind of feel like that story may be inaccurate. I can't say, because like I said, I wasn't there, so I can't speak for him, but to me it just doesn't seem to add up. The first motorcyclist, Davy, I do believe his story, and Anton Lagrange, his story also, I feel like that's quite accurate, but the rest of them, I don't know. I'm not that convinced. Sorry guys, that purple lip just wasn't doing it for me. It was a bit too bright. So we're going with black. So Gil, Michael Wiberolse, her fiance, he actually ironically died in a car crash in 1984. Now, since then, there hasn't been any sightings of the ghost of Uniondale, of Ria. A lot of people believe that it's because she found her long lost love and she has peace now. That's actually sweet, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think happened? And yes, I know there's going to be a few South Africans that is going to comment and say it has become too dangerous to hitchhike, because that is an ongoing joke that it has become too dangerous to hitchhike, so she decided to disappear. So yeah, thank you guys so much. This is actually a very fun story to do. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions of any other stories that I can do and that you would like to hear. Anything from your hometown or whatever, let me know. I love to read into these things and find out more. I'm not a psychopath, just curious. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it so much. I know there's only a few of you right now, but I do appreciate it with all of my heart. And I really hope to see you guys again with my next video. I will be bringing you videos on days that begins with a T, so Tuesday and Thursday I will be bringing you new videos. So if I don't upload like throughout the weekend or anything, that's the reason why. It is quite a busy schedule, so I'll be trying my best to keep you guys like constantly in the loop of what's going on. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. I will highly appreciate that. Get that algorithm going, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys with the next one. And thank you so much for your support, the few of you that there are. Thank you so much, I appreciate it.